Hi, Scorpio. I'm Meg with Padmes. I'm doing your July 2020 Tarot Scope. What is the energy for you in July? And I'm calling in our angels and guides of the highest vibrations of love and light, asking for clarity and the energy of the month for Scorpio Collective. What is going on for Scorpio, July 2020? There's something about some deep heart healing for lots of different reasons, but ultimately to clear blocks and resistance to your higher self activation and your higher self funneling and channeling through your personality self into your environment. So let's see, Scorpio, what is going on here for July 2020? Okay. So there are a bunch of things here that I'm seeing all at once. Your advice, I will start with. Your advice is saying there's some unfinished business that needs to be taken care of. There's some loose ends that need to be, and what I'm hearing is translated. And what I'm also seeing as your advice is not to head on plow through it and fully pursue it. It's like, let some things unfold so that you can get a good picture, a good idea about what those loose ends are and what it is that they need to come full circle. I also feel like that has something to do with timing, like Mercury retrograde. So just don't be in a huge hurry to get all the answers. Coming from a place of not feeling like your passions are being met, coming from a place of feeling like you're not in your highest and greatest potential type situation, moving into the heart of the situation, which is focusing on a past life. I'm hearing recommitment and reconciliation, a past life, focusing on a past life type situation or relationship. Past, present, future, I feel like it's a love situation, but it doesn't have to be. But there's some kind of decision that is made that ends a situation. Present time, it's like the big change energy is there, and all sorts of emotions are coming up about it. Yep, and it doesn't look like it looks like one person does not want this ending and the other person does. And there are all sorts of things being uncovered to talk about, to look at, patterns, perceptions, projections, being, what I'm hearing is loosened to be released, or loosened to be, what I'm hearing is forgiven, loosened in order to be forgiven and released, dislodged. And then the trajectory is talking about a new love, a new offer in love, and getting news about new love. So release the idea that justice isn't going to happen. It is going to happen. Justice is being served. Karmic justice is being served. Release the idea that it's not going to happen. Your Scorpio, your resistance is talking about, I don't want to do this by myself. I don't want to do this by myself. I want to ask a little bit more about that resistance. I don't feel grounded by myself. I don't have a lot of self-confidence. Not like you don't have self-confidence when you're alone, but it's like I don't feel my best when I'm alone. What I want to be is a partnered person. And so I'm just not making any moves right now because I want to be a partnered person, even if this isn't my most ideal situation. The big picture is talking about kind of staying backwards and creating the same situation over and over, not with new people, but with the same person. So this is about making the same mistakes or revisiting the same types of experiences, even though you've already learned the lesson of them. It's kind of like, I feel like wasting time. I'm wasting time. Why would I do that? Let's just ask. Why are you doing that? To maintain some kind of emotional equilibrium on the inside. Your higher self is talking about not having to wait anymore. There's been a holding pattern or a waiting pattern, and it looks like you're gearing up to go forward. You're gearing up to go forward, happening now and into the near future. It looks like there's some transitional time still. It's not like, okay, boom, go. But like there's some unfinished business still, letting it unfold, but it looks like there's going to be some movement, there's going to be some new love, a decision's been made, and there's been a decision made about focusing on a soulmate, a past life, someone you've known over and over in lives. That feels good. It doesn't feel like karmic. It feels good. Yeah, even when I ask about that, it's talking about regaining anything that you've been depleted, regaining any resources that feel like they've drained from you. Your angels and guides too are talking about have faith in the universe. Just hang in there. Just hang in there. Have faith in the universe, Scorpio. Is there anything else that Scorpio needs to know for July? July 2020, happening now and into the near future. 2 cards. Going forward into the future. It's more like what your focus needs to be right now. It needs to be in present time. Open your heart to the present. Open your heart to the present. This has to do with not seeing everything that you need to see and working from old stories or old patterns. Somebody being stuck in their stories, not being able to see, I want to say the full light of day, but this is you just being in your present moment with an open heart and basically not engaging. Don't engage in old patterns. Don't engage in old patterns. Don't engage in someone else's old patterns. Yeah, wow. That's when your dreams are going to come true. And for some reason, you already know about that. You already know that because you've done it before. When you unplug your energy from this ball of, I want to say toxic energy. When you unplug from this toxic energy, and the toxic energy is of old patterned thinking, also not telling yourself the truth or not being honest with yourself. This could be somebody else, but it could also be you, Scorpio. But as soon as you unplug from that, that's when your wishes come true. And you already know that because you've already done it, whether that's in this life or in a past life, but you know how to do this. I feel like part of the soul lesson here is not staying in the same situation and doing it over and over again, even though you've already learned the lesson. I just want to know, why are you doing that? What for? It's like when people say, why postpone joy? For whatever reason, it's like you're saving your dessert till last. It's almost like a game, which is interesting. But your angels and guides are like, it's time to release other people's responsibilities as your own. And your higher self is like, I'm prolonging this way more than I need to. And it's not a game you're playing with someone else, it's a game you're playing with yourself. Geesh, Scorpio. What is this about? You're like, I'm not creating the alchemy that needs to happen. Why? When you know that you could. I have resistance to leaving things behind. I want to hold on to the energy that's here. There's a current. I want to hold on to the current that is here. And it's just, oh, I get it. This is a dysfunctional family dynamic. You're holding on. It is, oh, the word is totally out of my mind right now. This is a codependent relationship. That's what this is. It is. It's like playing a game, and then you know what it is, but you continue to play the game, and you don't want to. You're like just doing it over and over and over again, but you know that it's not the best. But there's this codependent thing that keeps you there. You know that you could excel and move on. You know that you're safe, but it's like there's the fear to step into the safety, which is interesting. All right, Scorpio, I'm going to pull a Colette Baron Reed Animal Oracle for you. What is going on? What does Scorpio need to know for July 2020 going forward into your highest and your greatest good and your most benevolent outcomes? Whoa, I just got this in the last reading. So interesting for Pisces, but you have Badger Spirit. It's 4, it's about foundations, and this is about being fearless and bold. Being fearless and bold. And as with Pisces, I'm seeing those black-eyed Susans, those beautiful flowers, sentimental flowers. I love it. Okay. Okay, Scorpio, I'm just going to pull one more advice card for you. Aside from being fearless and being bold, what else? This is about you looking deep within your own emotions and your own thought processes about how you deal with your emotions and the emotions that aren't the happy emotions. This is about pulling out those shadow emotions and figuring out from whence they came. Where do they come from? And where do they need to go now? Why do you need to keep doing these patterns with this codependent relationship when you have an offer of love in the future? Okay, there you have it. I'll be looking forward to your mid-month love reading, and I will talk to you soon, Scorpio. Take care.